Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing the reading habits tag, just because I was looking for tags online to do that have to do with the writing community and books overall, and I just thought this one would be really fun. So as usual, I'll put the questions in my description, so if you want to do this tag yourself, you are welcome to. I got my laptop here and I will be reading the questions just as I go. And I'll edit it, but I'm not going to edit it too much just so you actually get my response. But yeah. Question 1, do you have a certain place at home for reading? I wouldn't necessarily say that I have a certain place. I definitely like reading on the couch. I definitely like reading at my desk, as you guys have seen. But I don't really have a reading nook or a reading specific reading spot, but I do want one in the future though. I'll do lights and put books in the background and I'll make it all pretty. But anyways, question 2, bookmark or random piece of paper? As much as I want to say bookmark because I love bookmarks and they're beautiful and they can be so many different things, if I have a bookmark on me, I'm not gonna lie, I'm one of those crazy people that dog ear books. Only if they're only if it's a paperback copy that I only somewhat care about, or if I've had it for a long time, then I'll dog ear the corner, but that's just because I'm crazy. If I have a bookmark, I'll use it, but I hate to say it, but a lot of times I just have a random piece of paper. I'll tear a piece of paper from my notebook and I'll just stick it in there, so it really depends. Question 3, can you just stop reading or do you have to stop after a chapter / a certain amount of pages? Okay, so when I stop reading, I don't read up to a certain amount of pages per se, but I do tell myself I'm gonna finish the chapter. If I'm gonna stop reading, I have to at least finish the chapter. Just so when I start a new chapter, I'm I can reread the last few pages, kind of get up to speed and then start that new chapter. That's usually how I do it, but like I said, that's just me. Question 4, do you eat or drink while reading? Honestly, no, not a lot. The most that I'll do is I'll sip on some water, or maybe a coffee, but honestly, that's about it. I don't really eat while I'm reading because I use a Kindle most of the time and I don't want to get greasy fingers or I don't want to get it all nasty, you know? So I don't really eat, but I will drink a coffee or whatever occasionally, especially if I'm at a cafe. 5, multitasking, music or TV while reading? Question mark. Absolutely not. I can't do it. I admire the people that can do it and read with distraction in the background, but I myself can't. If I'm gonna read, it needs to be the quiet of the morning or the quiet of 4 a.m. and I just need it to be quiet. I can't listen to music, I get too into it. I can't watch TV, I get too into it. So if I'm gonna focus on, reading a book, I'm just zoned in on that. So I don't know. I've tried it before, listening to music or ambient music in the background or score music, which kind of helps sometimes. It really depends. Depends on the book, honestly. One book at a time or several at once? One book at a time. I have the memory retention, I guess, of a fucking loaf of bread. I can't remember shit. I just have very bad short-term memory issues. I've always had ever since I was a child. I can remember things from a long time ago, but I can't remember things that happened maybe a day ago or within a week span. It's very odd. Or even if it's a few hours ago, I'll have trouble putting it together. Yeah, it's a whole thing. But anyways, yeah, I usually only read one book at a time though, due to this. Question 7 is reading at home or everywhere? So I mostly read at home only because I'm mostly home. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of a homebody. But I'll read at a cafe, I won't really read on the train because the motion sickness kind of gets me sometimes. But if I'm at a park or just sitting out in the sun or, just stuff like that, where you're just enjoying the sunshine or enjoying the outdoors, I will 100% bring my Kindle and try to read if I have the opportunity, but I guess it really depends on my mood. Reading out loud or silently in your head? So I mostly read silently in my head. I'm always there's always chatter up there. But sometimes, occasionally, like if I'm by myself, or like I said, if it's like 2 or 3 in the morning and I'm just like, you know, out in the living room, just, you know, reading my book to myself, sometimes I'll like whisper it to myself, or like I'll whisper the words. I won't really like whisper per se, but I'll kind of like mouth along with the words, if that makes any sense. But I don't really necessarily read out loud. I'm not really that type of person. I'm a headphones wearing, you know, courteous of the people around me type person. If you read out loud, that's good for you. I just prefer when there's silence, just because I know that it can affect other people around me and all that good stuff. But yeah, that's just me. Okay. Do you read ahead or even skip pages? No, I do not read ahead, and I do not skip pages, just because I don't know, it bothers me. I can't do it. Like, I know some people that just read the last page and then they read the beginning of the book. And I'm like, no, thank you. I couldn't. No, thank you. Anarchy. But anyways, so I definitely would say, yeah, I don't even really skip pages. That's not really like, I don't know. I kind of just, like I said, I read like from the end of the chapter before, like maybe like a page or two, the whole chapter, and then like I do it again until the book is over. Question 10, breaking the spine or keeping it like new? Oh my God, what a debate. So I usually like to keep it nice, just because paperbacks are now very expensive, as you guys know. And I mean, hardcover is even more so expensive, but I just like keeping my books looking nice and new so that I can use them as like decor in the background as well, or like put them on a shelf. I really want a fucking bookshelf eventually. I'm gonna make like a whole little like book YouTube nook in the future, after I move potentially. But yeah, I usually try to keep them nice. I've seen people, you know, in public, you know, they're reading the book, and then they just go, Bwah! And they like, you know, bring it all the way around, and I'm just like, more power to you, but like, couldn't. Okay, and question 11 is, do you write in your books? Oh my God, okay, another debatable question. I personally don't. I don't know, like if it's like a used book, for example, and I'm getting it from one of those like, you know, free libraries, or like I've had the book for a super long time, or if it's the type of book that like can be annotated in that kind of way, say like an old poetry book, I will do it, but most of the time I won't. I don't know. I like keeping my books very, pristine, I guess that's the right word. I like to keep them the way that they look when I bought them. Nice and neat. And usually, and maybe that's just because I'm crazy, but usually what I do is if I like a book, or if I want to buy a book, I'll buy it on Kindle, I'll read it, you know, whatever. And then if I really enjoy the book, I will buy it on paperback, so I have it like a physical copy. That's usually what I do. But again, it really depends on the author, it depends on who I'm supporting, it depends on like what I'm reading at that time. Yeah, guys, anyways, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, and if you want to do this tag yourself, I'm going to put the questions in the description below, so you guys are welcome to do that. Please like tag me in those videos. Like, I would love to see them. I would love to meet other writers and, you know, book talkers, and well, we'll see if TikTok stays around, but anyways, we're not going to talk about that. But just a lot of people in the writing community. I would love to open those doors a little bit more, get to know other people. And eventually I'm going to be doing a video on like an indie author TBR. So I'm super excited for that. But anyways, and if you guys want to see that sooner, like let me know in the comment section below, because I'll do that sooner if it's something that you guys want me to do. But because I like pretty much only read, I don't only read indie authors, but I read primarily indie authors right now, just because I love supporting indie authors. I myself am an indie author, but I'll also support traditional published as well. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys have a great start to your week. I think today's Saturday. Yeah, hope you have a good weekend.